Good morning, students. Let us discuss uh, the paper Innovation Management, which is specified by the university for MBA second semester students. Uh, as per this syllabus, let us see the objectives. Uh, to, pr- to apprise on value of innovation, yes, this particular objective discusses if an innovation is adopted, how it is measurable. To impart skills of innovation, what type of skills are needed to be innovative, or what type of skill sets required for innovation management to enable students think and act on innovation. These three are the major objectives of this paper. Let us start with the definition of the innovation. Innovation means literally newness or renewal. Newness is completely new, or it may be upgradation, or it may be modification of the existing one. That is why the word renewal is used. This innovation word originated from Latin word called innovare. In colloquial and general use, unspecific concept is used in the sense of new ideas and invention and their economic implementation. So it is concept is used in the sense of new ideas, generation of new ideas. When it is implemented for economic purpose, for profitability, then it becomes innovation. Simply I have new idea, so that that cannot be cannot be innovation. So innovation, okay, let us discuss that part later. In the strict sense, on the other hand, reportedly only ideas can be innovations once they are implemented as a new product or a service or procedures. Procedures means it is methods of doing, that they are really successful application. This is what I wanted to tell. Uh, when an idea becomes innovation, when it is applied in the form of new product, services, or procedures, anything of that kind, they are really successful application, imposing itself on the market through dissemination. Dissemination is nothing but transfer. In economics, Joseph Schumpeter was who introduced this concept in his theory of innovations. What it tells is the establishment of new production function is known as innovation. His theory or his ideas about innovations are confined to the production function. The economy and society change when factors of productions are combined in a new way. Suggests that invention and innovations are the key to economic growth. Those who implement this change in a way practice are entrepreneurs. So society and economy are the two faces of a coin, right? Whenever economy booms, society will be impacted, or whenever purchasing power of the society increased, if we find, definitely in term there is boost in economy. So this adaptation of new methodologies or new things which are newly invented and implemented, it will contribute to the socio-economic change of the country. The person, suppose today I say I have a new idea to do this particular job, and I will explain to the certain guys, but people won't accept it. The person who takes the risks and the challenges and trusts on this innovation and implements it in the practice, he becomes the entrepreneur. He takes the risk, he applies it, he works on it, he brings that into the system, and successfully he will show that because of innovation I gained this much, or that I brought the changes like this. That is why cost was reduced. Such things. So those people are entrepreneurs. The concept of innovation is also used in the human sciences and culture. I stress this. This is not only confined to human sciences or culture. Search through the investigation of new knowledge, solutions, or ways of solving artistic pose curiosity and pleasure for the renewal. The concepts of art and creativity are relevant in this context. Next is invention is not an invention. Why? With the concept of invention, that means invention means new ideas until the construction of prototypes. Prototypes are nothing, these are the pilot project or the uh, what we can call, this is the first application of the invention, the create development of a concept. On the other hand, if we speak innovation in the economic sense, newly when she transforms the production process of something in a certain political economy. New may mean in this sense either a real world novelty and a subjective novelty from the perspective of a single company or a worker. Currently, a number of categories of innovation are distinguished. Mainly, we find innovations in technical field, services field, business models field, design field, and social field. These are known as technical innovation, innovation of services, innovation of business models, design innovation, social innovations. Innovations can be distinguished according to the emergence of the shape of its emergence, where it came from. First one we find closed innovation. What do you mean by closed innovation? Closed innovation means the innovators are located only within the organization. This innovation is not from the external part of the business or the organization. It is within, it is indigenous. That is called closed innovation. Means this kind of innovations will be used only by that particular organizations. It becomes patents in some other stage. Next is open innovation, where an increasingly diversified world with knowledge organizations internationally dispersed already cannot stay only with its own innovative strength, but they are increasingly subjected to the integration and use of information and external powers. This open innovation, as the name indicates, it is internationally dispersed. It is used by many. They are also classified according to the degree of novelty. Degree of novelty is nothing but how far it is innovative. Maybe 20%, 50%, 100%, like that. Here is the combination between the purpose of the object of or the product and the means with which that purpose is achieved. If an innovation reaches high values in both dimensions, speaks then of a radical, revolutionary, or disruptive in nature. If you come to the closer part of the innovation, uh, according to Australian economist Mr. Skumcher, he says that innovation covers these five areas which are going to be discussed in the following. First one is introduction in the market of a new product or the service which consumers are not yet familiar. Means it is totally new type of innovation, either in the form of a product or a service. Introduction of new method of production or organizational methodology. So when it comes to production, means producing the goods using raw material to conversions via intermediaries, where value of the goods added from the first stage to the last stage, that also becomes innovation. First one is the new product, or it may be method of doing or method of production. Third one is creation of new source of supply of raw material or semi-finished goods. It may be leading to uh, supply of raw materials. You are finding a new way to purchase the raw material, or it may be outsourcing some part of the production unit. That is semi-finished goods products will be purchased from other vendors. Opening of a new market in a country. So first we started with a new product, new method of doing, then is the supply, then is the market, new market. Implementation of a new structure in a market. So these five phases or five areas sculpture stresses that innovation will always encompasses. Uh, Mainly there are 2 points on which authors co- converge, means they agree upon. Not only sculpture, there are many economists. They come, they their opinions match usually. If new products, processes, or services are not accepted by the market, there is no innovation. Means here failure in the implementation part, right? From the questioning to processes to implementation, the first two are already there in the place, but when it is implemented in the market, no customer is ready to accept it. That is why if new products, processes, or services are not accepted by the market, market never accepts anything. Here market means the customers. Who is going to use it? Who is going to apply this? Who is going to implement this innovation? Then there is no innovation. Second one is the innovation of the, sorry, is the key element of competitiveness. When you are doing something newly, it should lead to the competition. What do you mean by competition? So what do you mean by competition? Competition arises whenever at least two parties strive for a common goal which cannot be shared. They are parallelly doing the work to achieve that goal. But here one will gain or one will be succeeded to achieve that goal and one will be the loser. So this is called competition. In so that is what we find. Companies are always competing among among one another to gain the market share or to acquire the customer or to sell the goods, anything. So when innovation is adopted by some companies, it should improve the competitive nature or competitiveness of the company, so that they are able to override the competitors who are competing with the company. To innovate is to create or modify a product or to introduce that into the market. When you are introducing this become the new product, or when you modify a product that also become the new product, or you are completely replacing the existing one. That is creation of the new product. On the second point, Michael Porter is famous for his competitive theories. The competitiveness of a nation depends on the capacity of its industry or companies to innovate. Means they should always search for new things. They cannot be stagnant. They should have a proper ideas to implement it whenever it is required, so that if they are not sharpening their weapons, they will be idle in the market. Slowly they will be thrown out of the market. No customer will be attractive to use the products or services of those type of companies who are not innovative. That is why he says when a nation, the competitiveness of a nation depends on the capacity of its industry to innovate and improve. Until we are not innovative, we cannot improve. Companies get competitive and advantages, sorry, companies get competitive advantages if they manage to innovate. So they won't be stagnant in the market. They won't produce same kind of product in the market, product and sell in the market. If they are doing that without having any innovativeness in the product or service, definitely they won't be there in the market for long. If you compare the adaptability of innovation uh, in India and China, China always stays ahead because of that innovative nature, and the industries are ready to accept that innovation. they are always competitive in the international market, and they are able to produce cheaper goods at low cost. Cost of production will be reduced. That is why China become hub of manufacturing. uh, if you see in the map, China will lead always in the manufacturing segment, especially the electronic goods. Michael Porter says that in the competitive advantage of nations, there are different types of innovation. All of them are classified according to its application or its degree of originality. First one is product innovation. Here, a technologically different or improved product marketing innovation occurs when the characteristics of a product change. When the features of a product change, then it becomes product innovation. It may be existing or modification, or it may be completely a new product. Process innovation occurs when there is a significant change in the technology of production of a product or service. Also occurs when significant changes occur in the steering system and or methods of the organization. Re-engineering of the processes, strategic planning, quality control, etc. are part of the process innovation. Any changes in the existing system in the process can be called as process innovation. Third one is, according to degree of originality, we have two types. One is radical innovation, when a new application of a technology or combined or technologies combination of technologies arise. Second one is incremental innovation, improvements that they are conducted on a product, service, or existing method. It is maybe marginal. It is fully. Many companies today use a strategy in which begin to develop radical innovations that boast a highly qualified workforce, machinery of general type, and concern by the results of product or process in such a way that get a new market or replaces another former. Once the company has achieved the market and its positioning, passes to the realization of incremental innovations, where the predominant features are mass productions, capital intensity, a less skilled labor, where a cost reduction is the main aim to achieve. So when a company adopts any type of innovation, it may be radical innovation, it may be incremental innovation, or it may be product innovation, or it may be process innovation, company has to achieve something by adopting that kind of changes. So for that we need more skilled labor, right, to have that kind of to work on that kind of innovation. We need highly qualified workforce. The innovation process, what is innovation process? um, this process consists of three steps mainly. One is insight, one is identifying the problem, and one is creating a solution. So industry's insight is essential in facilitating innovation and business change, and you should be constantly networking and questioning the status quo. Status quo is nothing but what is prevailing in the market or in the organization. This means existing system. So here, any industry which facilitates the innovation or tries to change the business model, they should always have to work on networking and questioning. Let us see one by one. What is networking? Networking is crucial. Different perspectives foster open-mindedness to and increase innovation in producing profitable concepts. Here, if you are socializing with the people, or you are open-minded to mingle with the people, to interact with the people, to have the network of the people, then you are able to discuss this one existing one with them. Then what happens? You are able to have different types of opinions on the existing product, so that you are able to identify where there is actual problem, right? Second one is, in the second point under networking, is include outsiders. So when you're networking, you have to go out and talk or you have to socialize, you have to make them as friends, you have to go with them to coffee or tea, whatever, so that you are making friends, include outsiders such as friends of friends. When limited to friends, if you are only discussing this with your friends or colleagues, there you are getting same kind of opinions. But when you are exposing this one to the other set of people, like maybe senior people, or who has more than 30 plus 40 plus years experience in the particular area, or it may be he may be anyone who has more experienced. Your friends, whoever they may be, they think almost in the same line, because their understanding of the problem may be equal. When you are talking to the seniors, or you are making friends with seniors or retired people who has experienced in that field, definitely they will give better ideas and uh, interesting ideas also. Here second part of this is questioning. Questioning is the status quo, allows you to take a different industry view of varying perspectives and business angles, which leads to unique ideas and insights. So questioning is another: how, why, when, who can do this, what are the other alternatives available. So you are questioning to yourself, and you are questioning with your friends as well. So with the network, what happens, you are able to churn out some good ideas, or it may be some unique ideas also. So it will lead to invention. Ask questions that both impose and eliminate constraints. Constraints are nothing but they are the limitations for a broader and enhanced understanding of our target market. The smartest people I know ask the best questions. So not to, answering to all the questions is not genius. When when they are able to ask best questions, or to frame the best questions, they are the smartest people. If the question is smart, definitely the answer also will be smart. According to Chris Bingham, he is working in University of North Carolina. Second stage in the process of innovation is identifying the problems. Observation is important to better identify problems in the market or in a business. Continuous observation, very keen, very close approach with what is happening. What are the procedures, what are changing in other companies or in the other market, can we adopt that to our organization. So you have to be a close watch, you should be observer. Try to observe without engaging not means you are not participating in any of the events, but you are observe the servers as well as those being served, to obtain a more holistic understanding of the problems. Innovation becomes easier as we understand the problems we face. First you have to question or develop the network, then you have start identifying the problem. According to Clay Christians, jobs to be done concept has proven effective in supporting the businesses, products, innovation, and creating services people want to purchase. It is just jobs to be done. This concept relies on the idea that the people hire a service or a purchase goods to help them to do a job. If you are able to identify what that product or that job is, you can be innovative with your product or services. The jobs to be done point of view occurs when you walk in client's shoes or accompany your client through their day, always asking the question, why did the potential customer do it that way? Jobs to be done, you will be with the customer, you have to work with the customer, you have to be closely watching the clients. That is what you have to walk in the shoes of the clients, and accompany your client through their day. So you are able to understand their requirements, and accordingly you are able to uh, give a solution to the problem. Consider a case study of fast food restaurant chain working into increase their milkshake sales. So we are taking an example of fast food restaurant which tries to increase their sales in milkshake category. A focus group identify ways to improve the product. The results were documented and adapted, and yet milkshake sales did not improve. Even after identifying several new things, then even it is documented or adopted, still company was not able to sell or not able to increase the sales of the milkshakes. Producing a solution. This is the third stage in the production innovation process. Organizations often leap too quickly to the first solution in addressing an observable problem rather than consider a broader range of solutions. They never look for the alternatives which are available, which immediately what they fail, they will adopt it. A workable solution should analyze a broad range of feedback and use the data to reiterate the product or the services in the market. So feedback is one of the best solutions for the problems, or from the feedbacks we are able to come to a conclusion that what customer is looking for. This process helps to refine our business products. When you are getting a proper feedback, definitely it will help us to improve our business through innovative products or services, making them more innovative and ultimately more valuable. Customers should feel that when I purchase this company, this product at this price, he should feel that yes, it is worth to pay. The one and done model may not yield favorable results. Creating a solution, measuring its success, and then fully refining the product or service produces better products for your customers. Here, what we are discussing is when you find a solution, it should be satisfying the customer's need. It may be through the refining the product or services, whatever. The success should be measurable. In the previous example, what happened? We have taken this case study of a food chain restaurant to increase the sales of the milkshake. But even after adopting the new method, there was no increment. So how we judge that there is no increment? This is measurable, evaluated, right? Through evaluation, we are able to judge that this innovation brought something new to our company or not. If we learn from the feedback we receive and produce products or services in line with that knowledge, we will set up ourselves up for means we will be increasing the overall uh, effectiveness of the innovation.